Thank you. My name is Damien Chisusu. Currently, I'm doing an MPhil program here at the Polytechnic. But before that, I studied physics, majoring in physics that's at Chisusu University, and I finished 2008. I also happened to get a government funding for my university because it is a public university, so I was paid I was financed throughout my 4 year, and I could see also that getting a master's degree would be quite difficult, and I couldn't afford at all. So, lucky enough, I got this MPhil funding. So, let's see what brings me here now. My MPhil program is on biogas as an alternative energy source. My project title is a simple biogas plant for rural application. Basically, here in Malawi, we have a big problem with energy, and the biogas would be an answer to this energy. So if the rural adopt this kind of energy source, would be quite helpful to their needs in terms of energy. And it's quite interesting to me personally.
In particular, what kind of energy needs do you hope the biogas solution can meet? Is it mainly for rural people? And what particular applications do you have in mind at this stage?
Biogas can be applied in many setups, but my specification is for the rural because I noticed a big gap, basically the rural have a problem with lighting, and more especially at night, they use paraffin, and the paraffin can be quite expensive, and it's not clean as such. So if they adopt biogas, it's cheap because it's sustainable, and it gives a good clear light than paraffin.
Do you think that has a nationwide application? Do you think this is something that can have a large impact on a lot of people in Malawi?
Okay. Basically, I would say yes, because most people in the rural setup, they use paraffin, and they have difficulties with the power or energy. Of course, that application for lighting is quite small. Alongside that, there are so many other applications which I also have highlighted in my project, such as cooking and heating, like general heating. Also, there are other applications like for people who can afford to buy some generators which use the gas, methane gas. They can also buy that. But for the basic rural citizens, they cannot afford to buy the generators to generate themselves electricity. However, if we collectively, maybe if the generator can be set up maybe to supply for a number of houses, maybe they can afford, but not as individuals. So that's why it can be quite expensive for one individual, like in Malawian setup, to have a genset and the biogas plant. Yeah, but there are so many applications.
How could a genset work for a rural application in your thinking?
The biogas which can exactly do that would be at least a little bit bigger plant, which can supply up to maybe 10 up 10 to maybe 20 houses. So one genset, maybe a bigger one, could be set up and they take the biogas as a source of energy, and once that energy is generated, then it will be converted to electricity, and the people would benefit to light up just as normal electricity, to light up the houses. So people would contribute maybe a small amount of fee to maintain the plant and the generator, other than for individuals. So that could be my other level of study or area to look at.
Okay, and lastly, have you seen any examples worldwide of these kinds of applications of biogas that have influenced your thinking?
Yes, there are so many examples. Through my literature review, I've seen some, but unfortunately they're not here in Malawi, most of them. A few biogas plants are, of course, in the Chisusu, Chisusu, but those with the application like gensets and the lighting, they are not basically used here. So that's why I've come up with this, which sounds like unique, but it's quite possible.
Great. And at this stage in your research, whereabouts are you at the moment with your research, and what are the next steps?
Okay, my research project is in the initial stages. Right now, I've gone through my literature review, and I'm still reviewing the literature and the introduction. I've managed to meet my supervisor for about 3 times now. From there, I have to visit other sites so that I can add some information on my background.
Okay, great. And what do you think some of the main challenges might be for you as you go through this research programme? Have you anticipated any major milestones that you have to meet, or challenges you might have to overcome to conduct this research?
Yeah, they are there.
Yeah.
Because right now, I've already met some challenges because some of the physical plants, biogas plants, they are in the more modest areas, and right here in Blantyre there is none, and they have to visit most of these places, and it's quite difficult. So I have to plan in terms of finances and the time as well. So it requires time and
Sure. It'd be interesting to know what you would like to do when you finish your MPhil. Where do you hope this will take you?
Because basically my interest is to assist the rural to have alternative energy sources. So I believe if my project is finished, I'll sell this project to most of the people so that they use it, and basically I would take that as my business to have people as much as to have this kind of energy as much as possible and as many people as possible.